friends. I hope you are well. I'm so excited to be sharing a what I eat in a day video. It's almost been a year since I filmed one of these, which is so silly because I absolutely love to cook and talk about food and fun meal ideas. So I'm happy we're here. I'm happy we're doing it. And I really am such a believer that filling your days with nutrient dense and healthful food is one of the most crucial ways to improving your overall lifestyle and well-being. So I'm definitely very passionate about that. And as much as I love to create healthful recipes, I also really strive for balance and creating a healthy relationship with food, because I want to create meals that we're looking forward to and not just eating to be healthy or reach a certain quota. So that's sort of my philosophy with it all, but I'm really excited to share these meal ideas. And as I was planning what I'm eating today, I really just stuck to what I typically eat. So for breakfast, we're doing one of my favorite breakfast meals, which is a sourdough sandwich with a fried egg. It is so good. I look forward to it every day. And the first things first, let's talk about coffee, because that is the first thing I consume in a day, which we're not just talking about food, we're also gonna be talking about drinks, because I love having fun drinks throughout the day. And I have been on a journey with coffee creamer. So for a while I was drinking non-dairy creamer, and thankfully I don't have any sensitivities when it comes to dairy, but I just really liked the coconut creamer because coconut is one of my favorite flavor profiles, so I really gravitated towards that. And then for a while I was really into macadamia milk, which I still very much enjoy that flavor. But I've been on a new journey where I've been just having regular organic half and half with my coffee. And it all started when I had some leftover half and half because I used it in a recipe, but then I didn't want to waste it. So I added a splash of my morning coffee, and I was reminded how good it is and just how simple and creamy it is. So I have been loving that. And then I was doing more research, and I really found that, maybe the half and half creamer is actually a healthier option because it's only 2 ingredients, organic cream and organic milk, I believe. Yeah, I think so. And the other non-dairy creamers had tons and tons of ingredients. So I'm really just doing more research and awareness when it comes to that, but that's the journey I'm currently on. So there's a little background on that, but we love to make our Chemex coffee in the morning, and then I sip on this for a couple of hours until I start to get hungry around 9 a.m. Even if we wake up at 5 a.m. or if I wake up at 8:30, I'm pretty consistently hungry around 9 a.m. So that's when I cook breakfast. And I remember when I worked in an office, I would always take my breakfast to make there because I really wasn't hungry, or I wasn't in the mood to eat until I was at work. So that's just kind of how I am. Let me know how you are. Are you hungry right when you wake up? That's how my husband Brandon is. As soon as he wakes up, he's ready to eat, but I need a little time to wake up. So cheers to the coffee. Now that we're ready for some breakfast, let's make a sourdough sandwich. And I've also been really into smoothies. Now that it's nice and hot outside, it's really refreshing to have one in the morning. Our sourdough, we just keep it in the freezer and freeze it pretty much automatically once I bake the bread. And we even froze our bread before I started baking it. So even store-bought bread, we would just put in the freezer and pop it in the toaster whenever we wanted to eat it. And it just helps nothing to go to waste because it stays nice and fresh in there. While our egg is cooking, I'm just gonna make our smoothie real quick. So this varies day to day. Oh, there's our toast, depending on what we have in the fridge and what we're working with. So today we have some pineapple scraps because Brandon cut a couple pineapples this morning, so that'll be nice and tasty. And then the main thing I like to add in the smoothie, which is one of the main, besides the refreshing taste, this is one of the main reasons I make smoothie, is because it's a great way to kind of camouflage and add in more greens, dark leafy greens throughout your day, because I add baby spinach and baby kale mix, and when it's with the fruit and my lemon juice and coconut water, you really don't taste it that much, which is so amazing to me. And you're really just getting in those extra nutrients. So I like to be pretty heavy-handed with the spinach and add a couple of handfuls like this. So it looks like a lot. Looks a little intimidating, but again, if you add enough fruit to balance it out, you really don't taste it. And then, speaking of fruit, we're kind of running low on store-bought fruit, but I always freeze a bunch of bananas, which I feel like we always have a good amount of frozen bananas because they tend to ripen quite quickly. So I put about 1 frozen banana in the smoothie, and then whatever other fruit we have left, like I said. So this is a little mixed fruit medley. So I'll just do a few pieces of that because I also have some mango that I cut the other day that wasn't totally ripe. I was a little too excited. So I'm gonna add in some of it to the smoothie because honestly, by itself plain, it's a little too firm. It still tastes okay, but it'll taste better in the smoothie. So we'll add that in. And then coconut water has been my go-to for my liquid in my smoothies. And coconut water is great because it has natural electrolytes. So we'll add a good amount of that. And then I also have some lemon juice. So I love to put either lemon juice or lime juice because that just adds a nice tangy flavor note, which I find to be very refreshing. So I just squeeze it directly on top and try not to get any seeds in it. You could use a juicer too, which sometimes I do if I feel like being fancy, but oftentimes I just don't want to make another dirty dish, so I'll just do it by hand. So we have that. And now it's time for all my fun powders and seeds. So we have hemp seeds, which gotta get more soon, running low. But these have some omega-3 and other health benefits. So I add some of those and you really can't taste them again. So it's just for the health of it all. And then I add some flaxseed, which we always keep on hand. Just add about a spoonful of that. And then we have maca powder, which this actually probably has the strongest flavor out of all of them, but when it's in the smoothie, you really don't taste it that much, but it smells very nutty. I actually like the flavor of it. I mean, I wouldn't eat it plain, but I like the flavor notes it adds. And then we have spirulina, which if you want your smoothies to be that beautiful bright green, definitely get yourself some spirulina. So we have that, and our last ingredient, oh, I forgot something very important. Ginger. I love ginger in smoothies, which I actually used to not even like ginger, probably around 5 years ago, but thankfully I tried it again and I absolutely love it. Can't get enough. I'm very generous with the ginger, so let me get a knife and cut off a piece. So we have about this much ginger, which if you don't like ginger, if you don't like any of this, just that's the beauty of smoothies. You can really customize them, make them how you like them. So our last ingredient, chia seeds, which typically I just keep them in a container in the pantry, which that's where all the extra ones are. But this morning I remembered to soak them because apparently if you soak the chia seeds before consuming them, they actually are easier to digest and you're able to absorb more of the nutrients. So I remembered to soak some today. So I'm gonna add a spoonful of them, maybe a little extra. And then for all of these ones that I didn't use, I'll just pop it in the fridge and use it next time. So there we have it. And if you want to make it a little sweeter, sometimes I'll add a scoop of peanut butter, which is always nice, or a drizzle of honey. So let's blend it all up. smoothie, and then 2 slices of sourdough bread with 1 fried egg on top. I just absolutely love fried egg. I used to always eat scrambled egg, but now I'm really into fried eggs, so that's what we've been doing. And then I added some red pepper flakes and freshly ground pepper as I cooked the egg, and then I topped it with some peppers, red onion, which I love to do pickled red onion, but I don't have any ready right now. And then I sliced an avocado for this side and squeezed lime juice over everything and topped it with hot sauce. So looks very scrumptious, and I typically have some variation of this sandwich every morning. Okay, let's make some lunch. This is absolutely the meal that I put the least amount of effort into. It's just in the middle of the day. I'm usually in the middle of something and I don't feel like making this whole big meal. So today I'm thinking we'll make a salad, but we're gonna add lots of enhancements to make it filling, because I love salads, I really do, but if I don't add really some protein elements and a lot of other components, it does not fill me up whatsoever. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make a filling, yummy salad, a fun salad. And I feel like in the winter and fall months, I'm such a soup girl for lunch. I love to make a soup at the beginning of the week and have that for lunch for leftovers. But in the summer, I definitely gravitate towards salads because it's a lot more fresh and light. So that's sort of my strategy with it all. And typically for lunch, 99% of the time, we will have last night's dinner as leftovers for lunch. And that's one of my favorite things to do when I plan dinners and make dinners, is to make extra portions so that we can have them for the days to come. So that's my thought process. But today, like I said, I wanted to make a salad, and I just realized I totally ate most of our lettuce last night. So I have some iceberg lettuce because I was going to make some black bean burgers, but instead I'm gonna make tacos tonight. But we can use some of this for our salad today. So I'll have the iceberg lettuce, and then I also, maybe we could make a wedge. That'd be kind of fancy. Maybe not, we'll see. And then I can also use some of the spinach and kale mix. And I'm gonna make some crispy chickpeas to put on my salad because that's really great for the protein aspect and makes it more filling. Okay, for the chickpeas that I'm gonna top our salad with, I am just going to pour my drained can of chickpeas into my air fryer. You can also use a skillet if you don't have an air fryer, but I just find that the air fryer is a bit less messy and gets them nice and crispy. Then I'm gonna drizzle a bit of olive oil and then shake it up. And then I'm gonna season with some sea salt. And we're just going to pop it in the air fryer for about 12 minutes on 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can check it progressively as time goes on because air fryers do vary, but that's just what typically works for ours. Finished, nice and crispy. So I'm gonna add in quite a bit because this is our protein. Let's scoop it out. Beautiful. And then I'm also gonna add these cheese crisps that I made the other day. Basically, I just took slices of cheese and put it in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. They were supposed to look like Cheez-Its, but that did not happen clearly, but still really good. So basically just baked cheese. So I'm gonna crumble up a little bit of that. And then for dressing, I think I'm debating if I want to do a lemon apple cider vinegar one or just use a pre-made Caesar dressing. I'll do the apple cider lemon one just so I can show you because it's one of my favorite homemade dressings. I am going to use my squeezer for this one because this squeezer is actually pretty convenient because then I can add the other ingredients to the bottom of the container, and then it has a little spigot so I can pour it over my salad. So the dressing is just lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, ground pepper, and typically I will just mince a clove of garlic, but I'm not in the mood. I'm ready to just eat this salad, so I'm just gonna do some garlic powder. And give it a nice mix. It's so good. You could also add a drizzle of honey to sweeten it up a bit if that's what you prefer. Now it is time for one of our favorite moments of the day, iced coffee time. So I have a little bit of morning coffee left over. So we have, I don't know, not that much, but we have a little bit, don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna pour that over ice, and then I'm also gonna make a shot of espresso, and then we're gonna take our half and half and froth it up, maybe add a little bit of honey, maybe a little vanilla syrup and cinnamon. That sounds good. And we'll make a little afternoon iced coffee treat. Nice and creamy. I'm gonna take the cover off so that you can see all the layers do its thing. So we have our espresso, which this is decaf espresso. And then our nice cream, our honey vanilla cream. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's have ourselves a little snack. I typically always get hungry around 3 or 4 p.m. and snack time varies day to day. I love apples and peanut butter. That is definitely a go-to. But today, I think I'm gonna do a little plate and add some Brazil nuts. These are one of my favorite nuts, so really great option. And then these jalapeno lime chips by Late July are so good. They taste like Doritos, but a little bit cleaner ingredients. So I'm gonna add those, and then I think I'm gonna cut up a kiwi as well. And I'm so excited because tonight we're having tacos, and this has been my go-to variation of taco night. It's chipotle tacos, chipotle black bean tacos. So essentially, to add that chipotle beautiful flavor, I add chipotles that are soaked in adobe sauce. This is so good, especially if you love spicy food. If you want a little hint of the chipotle but not too much spiciness, you could always add a little bit, but I add the whole can and I cook it with 2 cans of the tri-blend bean mix, or you could do black beans, whatever kind of beans you like. And then I'm also gonna cut up this onion and saute that first before I add the beans in, and then some garlic as well and green bell peppers. So we have ourselves a little mix, but it's so flavorful and so fabulous for leftovers the next day. Our dinner situation. Love a taco night. Looks very tasty. We have lots of toppings, and then I made sweet potato fries last night, so we had leftovers and I just reheated them, so we have that on the side. And these are the flour tortillas. I use the cassava flour by Siete, and I really like them, and you can just put them in the freezer, so it's pretty convenient. Of course, we had to end the video on a sweet note. I just picked up some ice cream that Palmer keeps trying to eat. It's actually the first day of summer, so I thought what better night activity than to go get ice cream after dinner. I just feel like that is a quintessential summer activity, and it just feels quite nostalgic. So I stopped at a local place and I got a Ori dough flavor. So it's kind of like cookies and cream, but it also has cookie dough in it. So it's very delicious. And we're just gonna enjoy this, go find a spot to watch the sunset over the water. I think that is a great way to cap off the night. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this what I eat in a day video, and hopefully it provided some inspiration and meal ideas. But I love you all so much. Cannot wait to see you next. Bye.